Have you ever thought about what your brain goes through when you need to read? David Sousa, in his book, How the Brain Learns to Read, tells us that your eyes have to scan those squiggly lines and curves that we call the alphabet and group them into words. Another area of the brain has to decode those written symbols with the sounds that you've already learned. Once those two mesh, another neural network puts together that writing into a mental picture. He says, reading is the result of an elaborate process that involves decoding abstract symbols into sounds, then into words that generate meaning. I know that with our Success for All program, which was started and published in 2010 by Success for All, seems to have a lot of those already embedded in them. Another writer, the Shawitzes, Sally and Bennett, said that effective reading instruction and intervention programs provide children with systematic instruction in each of the 5 essential components of reading: phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension strategies. And I do see all of those in our SFA program. So I want to start with the SFA program. It is called Success for All. It is at our school. There are 3 different levels. Every level starts off with getting along together. About 2 weeks of going through symbols to use for when the teacher says this means you do active listening position. There's how to get along, how to go along a peace path. So basically we need to learn how to understand getting along together before we can go on to helping each other learn. The next thing to show is a teacher's manual. This teacher's manual is for the Roots program. The Roots program is the beginning program, which I want to focus on because it does have so much to do with the introductory beginning, phonics, phonemic awareness, fluency. All of those things are started in the Roots system. Then we move up to the Wing system, which I'm presently teaching. And then we go to Edge, which I haven't had to work with any of the Edge because that's our junior high age. And they basically will be working with chapter books. Now, for Roots, this teacher's manual is scripted, so it makes it a little bit easier to go through all the thought processes that someone wiser than I am put it together. We also have our friend Alfie in this program. Alfie goes through, let's say day 1, the sentences. We have several pages. We are introducing the letter M, and we have the cards with all the letters on them. We have the pictures in front, and then there's also videos that go along with that. Smart boards, we can interact. Reading with the lions, reading between the lions is also another video that they use. So let me just give you a sample of this practice script. Teacher, the, students, the. Teacher, man, students, man. Teacher, man, students, man. Teacher, marches, students, marches. Teacher, marches, students, marches. And we're already advanced enough that we know what's going to be going on with that. There are several other picture cards that have words that begin with the letter M. Watch how my mouth moves with the letter M. Another thing they need to do is to touch their cheeks, and the teacher will say, I'm going to show you the letter M and how that sound goes together. So you listen and you feel what the letter M sounds like when you're saying the man marches on the mountaintop. So very interesting, lots of different strategies. You also trace the letter M. You read stories together with the letter M. And for the partner practice for phonics, they have this program that you do have your partner goes through this with you. Touch the letter, say the letter sound. Touch the letter, say the letter sound. Then they keep score down here. Then the partner will do to touch the score, touch the letter, say the letter sound. Along with that, there are some other cards that this one talks about peanut butter and jelly. So you're both different partners. The older of the two, the one with longer hair, is going to be peanut butter. The other one will be jelly, and you take turns reading. So you'll take your book. This was the first book. Peanut butter reads the first page. Jelly follows along and helps them to say it. If they're having trouble saying a word, there's also a strategy card for that. You can tap the letter, sound out each letter. You can use your finger detective. Several different strategies for new readers to learn how to do that. And the other side of this also has, if you're stuck, use your sticky note. So it's not just one or two ways. So peanut butter reads, jelly reads along, helps them to sound out words if they need help, and then they both read that page together. Then on the second page, jelly reads first, peanut butter listens and helps. So it's a way that they get to hear their own voices. They also get to see how to decode, have a friend help them, and they're scored on those things. There's also a fluency flyer. So the area of fluency is also covered in here. And this is after my partner and I can read all of the story words. So they're reading the words. There's also intervention cards with, these are the sight words. So every story has 4 or 5 sight words that they should be able to know already. And along with those, there's always green words. Green words are the grow words. These are the words that they need to know. This is a different story, but the same level 1. So they have to know these words, sound them out every day during their little vocabulary time. A really good program as far as, in theory, all programs are good. And we hope that that helps our students learn to read. Then they also have a STAR book and STAR writing activity. So it does blend all of this together in about a 45-minute session each day. It's repeated. So the worry is if you don't get something the first day, they should be able to get it the next day. So the STAR story is going to be a familiar story to them or a fun, entertaining story to pique their attention, also to build comprehension. So with this program, based on brain activities, here it is. It does have those 5 areas, the phonemic awareness, phonics, which is understanding how letters are linked to form the sounds, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension strategies. So thank you for listening.